There was a concentrated effort by the fur lobby to incorporate black people into stopping a ban on the sale of new fur in New York City. And the New York City legislature was ready to pass this ban, and we were part of a large team of animal rights activists who were discussing how we could how we counter so much of the propaganda that was being put forth by the fur lobby. But one of the brilliant things that they had done, and I give credit to the devil where the credit is due, is they had they had gone to the social epicenters of black activism, the black church, and had solicited help from the black church in forwarding their agenda of white identity politics. Johnny Green says, come get on the bus with MPAC on May 8th. Free lunch and beverage will be served. Bus leaves from 7th Avenue between 114th and Convent. The bus ride is free on a first-come, first-ride basis. We're going to tell Speaker Corey Johnson and the City Council we have a right to buy and wear our mink coats. I don't know a lot of black people that have mink coats. Why are you doing this? And why are you doing this, Johnny Green, in May when it's hot? You have no business doing this. Who paid you? And so that's my question, immediately. This is that one was on Facebook, this one was on Twitter. It's come get on the bus. People were just outraged, get on the bus. This is insulting to me, actually, on an individual and and on a systemic level. Because once again, if we don't address the racism that is rampant inside of the animal rights community, there's absolutely no reason why, these people should have been co-opted. But they were able to do that. They were able to, to steal our lunch money on our watch in our own house because we were sleeping on the job, because we're so desperate in the animal rights community, in the mainstream movement, to divorce race from speciesism. These should have been our natural allies, but we didn't want them. And we left them out in the cold. And you know what happened? The fur lobby welcomed them lovingly into their very generous bosom. And all of you in this room should be as insulted and outraged as I am. And shame on you if you're not. Shame on you if you're not. They're taking our pants down right now, and they're doing it all the time because we refuse to address the racism that is rampant in our movement. But if we want to be successful, if we want to achieve animal liberation, we can't divorce it from black liberation. It is irresponsible for us to do so. These are just images of the actual protest. You see a bunch of black people holding up, signs, homemade signs, but you see that the people who are actually distributing the signs are not black. You see the Coalition of Blacks for Fur. This was actually a Facebook group that was created. And again, my partner, Tom, actually took an image of, he said, I wonder who are the people who are, in the Coalition of Blacks for Fur. If you look at, the list of people, and perhaps it's grown since the time that we took this image, but, none of those people are black, by the way. And in fact, the very first person's name is Becky, which I adore. But yeah, and I'm equally insulted by black people who don't want to include animal rights work into our work of black liberation, because that too is ahistorical. And this is a quote from Janine Africa, who is part of the Philadelphia Move organization. I hope that someone else actually gets a chance to talk about the Philadelphia Move organization, because I am just about out of time. But Janine Africa says, we demonstrated against puppy mills, zoos, circuses, any form of enslavement of animals. We demonstrated against 3 Mile Island. We demonstrated against police brutality, and we did so uncompromisingly. Slavery never ended. It was just disguised. I had actually written an essay in homage to that quote. And you read here, this is Ed Pilkington writing for The Guardian. He was talking about John Africa. Black liberation, animal liberation, the two are as one with a move. Black liberation, animal liberation, the two were as one. And we seem to forget this in our history, that when we actually choose solidarity over division, when we actually choose to extend solidarity to those who have less privilege than us, then the system actually fears that more than anything else. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. It is my obligation as a black person to extend solidarity to animals. But it is also your obligation as white people, yes, I'm talking to the white people in the audience, to extend solidarity to black people and not skip over us and just leapfrog us directly to animals. We need your solidarity in order to be successful, because we're all in this together.